Without a second to waste, he began sprinting forwards. Of course, Tanjiro followed. Out of the window, a man was thrown. Tanjiro and you did your best to catch the man without getting injured. Don't look, Tanjiro shouted at the kids in the bushes, who immediately obliged. Kayaka, can you help him? You asked, setting the man down with care. He was breathing heavily. Kayaka examined the man carefully. Several blood loss and broken bones, Kayaka hummed. I can't make a blood transfusion, so he will need to drink things rich in vitamin C. I will need orange juice, gauze, clean water, and vial with antiseptic from my bag. You're the expert. I huffed Kayaka's hair and lightly pushed your hand away with a pout. I'm not 7 anymore. I already asked the kids for info. Tanjiro told you. It looks like the demon trapped more than one victim. So this man is not your brother? You asked? Oh, their brother, sorry. You asked? No. Tanjiro sighed in relief. Their brother has yellowish-brown clothes. I'm relieved to hear that. At least we've managed to save someone, you said, standing up. A strange growl came from the mansion, scaring the kids and making you activate to any type of danger. We have to hurry. Tanjiro held your hand, to which you nodded, before looking at Kayaka. You will stay here and treat the man. Take care of the children. You can test out this oil lamp. The blockhead handed you a small oil lamp. It has wisteria, obviously. Can you take care of Nezuko? Tanjiro asked, setting the wooden box on the ground with care. Kayaka nodded. Tanjiro smiled and then looked at the kids. The box is more important than my life, so please, take care of it. The girl and the boy nodded. Wait a minute. Are we really going inside the house? Zenitsu whimpered. We have to. People need us. Tanjiro tried to reason with the blonde, who shook his head rapidly. Can't you at least make the effort? It's scary. Zenitsu sobbed lightly. I see, Tanjiro said with a dark tone, sending shivers down Zenitsu's spine. What the blonde didn't expect was to see Tanjiro smiling kindly at him. No worries, you can take care of the children. Honeydrop and I will defeat the demon. Tanjiro, don't call me that. This is serious. You scolded Tanjiro with a noticeable blush. Wasn't I Yumochi? Tanjiro faked sadness. Seriously. You crossed your arms and glared intensely at the burgundy, red-like-haired boy. You two were already in the nickname basis. This broke Zenitsu's heart, but it also made him quick to act. Tanjiro was definitely showing off and rubbing on Zenitsu's face that he, Zenitsu, was way out of your reach. The amber-eyed male had to make sacrifices to get you. Nothing is done easily, so Zenitsu knew what to do. On second thought, maybe I should go with you, Zenitsu stammered, making the effort to push away the thoughts of meeting his end inside the mansion. No can do. Tanjiro held your hand and rushed inside the building. We will be back shortly, so don't worry. This place is quite dark, you said, holding the lamp in front of you. Kayaka is really smart. Tanjiro smiled at you kindly. You taught him well. He already had the smarts. You shyly looked away, though I think the scent of wisteria from the lamp would alert demons about our presence. I'll make sure we're safe, then. As the elder brother in my family, and as your fiancé, I shall protect you and Kayaka with my life, Tanjiro said proudly. I can protect myself fairly, and we still have that pending discussion regarding how much freedom you give to Kayaka. You narrowed your eyes at him. Why are you always scolding me about Kiri? Tanjiro pouted. You give him reasons to. You sighed. The sudden sound of footsteps erupted the quiet potential moment between Tanjiro and you. The pheromoned boy looked behind. Kayaka, kids? Why are you here? Tanjiro said in worried before glancing at Zenitsu. What happened? I tried to catch them. They were way too fast. Zenitsu wheezed and gasped for air, resting his palms over his knees. We heard a strange noise coming from the box, the boy said fearfully. But Tanjiro silenced himself and then sighed heavily and looked at Kayaka. Please head back outside. This place is dangerous. You should have to tend to the man's injuries. He's okay. I cleaned his wounds and he's resting at this moment, Kayaka replied. You three must go back. This is no place for children. What if you get hurt? You said. A sudden loud growl made its presence inside, scaring Zenitsu more than he already was. Yin, protect me! Zenitsu cried, throwing himself on you, making you lose your balance. Stop it, Zenitsu! You demanded, Zenitsu obviously paying no heed to your word. Sadly, the blonde was heavier than you expected. He made you stumble back and pushed Tanjiro and the girl into another room. It's Tanjiro! You tried to go after the red-eyed boy and the girl, but the strange drum-like sound began present again, and the room changed. Yin? Zenitsu's words were cut off. You're such a... You snapped at him, but soon stopped, looking at Kayaka and the boy. Even the gods and people with religious statues were allowed to feel anger. So you could be angry at Zenitsu. You wouldn't, though. Those kids were in trouble. Even seeing adults fighting not only would put them in danger, but it would also be a bad image to give them. We will stay together and find the exit. Once you are outside, I will search for Tanjiro and help him. Will you use your powers to find him? Kayaka beamed. My divinity is no spectral. I must also do things by myself. You shook your head. But you should also use it when you can, Kiri protested. You have powers? The boy smiled. Can I see? You sighed. Oh my. You nodded, closing your eyes, clasping your hands together. Zenitsu stared at you intently. Please enlighten our path and protect us from all harm. I plead you, O gods, you chanted. After a few seconds, no one saw anything. You opened your eyes and there was still nothing. This confused everyone until you began moving forward. Follow me. It's been 4 minutes of constant running, making sharp turns and evading not only demons but also corpses. You would stop running and pray for the dead people's souls, of course. Sadly, Zenitsu would make your efforts to an unease go to waste, for he was sadly slowest one and would screech every time he saw a demon. Why are you such a coward all the time? All you do is cry and wail about dying, the boy told Zenitsu with a huff. Too late with bad impressions. And you want to marry Hado? Pitiful, Kayaka scoffed. Leave that subject aside, please, you scolded the Blackette. Is that sword fake? Why are you a demon slayer if you're so afraid of demons? The other kid said. You two are really cruel, Zenitsu whimpered before sulking, grabbing both kids' hands and dragging them somewhere. You wouldn't understand. Let's just find another way out. I think we're going on circles. Wait, Zenitsu, you called, running towards the male. Zenitsu, we said stay together. Zenitsu began turning in random directions until confused and desperate finally got to him. This was supposed to be the way out. Zenitsu panicked quickly, beginning to open every door and cross his gaze. What about this door? Or that one? Maybe this one? Zenitsu kept opening doors randomly until a certain door, a beast reside. Its back was facing you and the others, but its head was tilting back, steam blowing off the pig's like snout. A monster! Zenitsu yelled in panic. The half-man, half-boar crackled manically before breaking the doors open and running off somewhere. Amazing, Kayaka beamed before tugging Yahori. Oh my god, I forgot about this part. Hado, can you also marry him? Kayaka! Pig assault! Pig assault! The stranger kept crackling, almost out of sight. Let's follow him. Kayaka began chasing the stranger. Wait, Kayaka! Ian-san, wait, the boy said before following after you. What? Don't leave me here. Zenitsu began running towards you. The boarman was quick, but Kayaka managed to catch up to him. Sadly, the other boy tripped and fell. You stopped and helped the kid up. Before you could tell Kayaka to halt, the sound of drum was heard, and the room changed. Kayaka! You exclaimed in distress. Your head ached from so much worry. You knew he was strong, but what if he ends up massacred? What if the worst happens? No, you couldn't think that. You shook your head and stood up and looked at the boy. Are you all right? No severe injuries? No, it just hurts a little. He replied. I'm glad. You smiled. You're one strong kid. We're dead for sure, Zenitsu whimpered. Zenitsu, try to calm down. You respond. I'm calm, he cried. I'm not sure that demon is going to appear soon and eat all three of us. It will appear if you keep screaming. You crossed your arms. You will protect us, right, Yin-chan? Zenitsu sniffled. You were about to reply, but you felt shivers in your left egg. Move aside. You protectively held the small boy and felt an awful stinging pain in your forearm leg. It hurts. Yin-san, the kid panicked. It's nothing. You hissed, watching your leg bleed. I'm quite sensitive to pain. I haven't experienced it too much. Your blood is quite tasty, missy. The demon crackled, its lengthy tongue lolling out and flicking from time to time. Demon! I told you! Zenitsu yelled in fear. I'll eat your brains out, right out of your ears. The demon grinned evilly. This made Zenitsu flail and fall asleep. Zenitsu-san, please wake up, the boy cried. You placed a hand over his shoulder and smiled at him, reassuring. You dare insult me with your filthy appendage. You stood up and took out... Oh, damn it. You dare insult me with your filthy appendage. You stood up and took out your sword. Coping with your pain, I shall take you down. I would like to see you try. The demon extended his tongue. You accepted to aim it at you, but it went to the kid's direction. You managed to cut it, but your injury worsened, bleeding it terribly and paining you more. If only Kayaka was here. You breathed heavily, tearing your hori and bandaging the wound. So much blood going to waste. Why don't I clean up your pretty wound and feast on your flesh? The demon began running towards you and the boy. You could use a breathing technique, but your speed and reassurance was extremely low. Chances of failure and worse wounds were quite high. It made you feel useless. You trained so hard, so why were you so weak? There were no other options but to fight. Even if you would lose an arm, which you'd rather would not happen, you were there to protect and save. A noble way to die, one might say. You were about to get into a fighting stance, but suddenly the air changed. Something felt odd. Most importantly, in a blink of an eye, Zenitsu was standing in front of you, his sword out and ready to kill the demon. Don't you dare defile Yin ever again, you repulsive insect, Zenitsu said in a dark tone. It gave you shivers. The blonde breathed out and without a second to waste, not only cut the demon's neck neatly, but also diced the demon's body into small pieces. Zenitsu woke up. He took a glance at the dice demon. Ah! The demon's dead! What on earth just happened? The kid asked himself. Zenitsu then turned around and looked at your bleeding leg. Your leg! He ran towards you and knelt down before you, carrying on his back with care. Let's find a way out already. I can't take this place anymore. Right, both you and the small boy said. Because Zenitsu's back sure brought you many memories of you and him when kids. It was no lie if you would say that you once dreamed of being carried on Zenitsu's back. It was all before that witch of a woman, of course, and Tanjiro. Zenitsu smelled nice, like grass. It made you feel at ease. His back was quite stiff and comfortable nonetheless. You hummed slightly, resting your head on his left shoulder and closing your eyes. Zenitsu couldn't believe it. You finally were his again. Kind of. He won your heart, though he really didn't know how. You were slowly bonding again after all those years. Having you on his back made his heart race faster. His palms turned bright red. Zenitsu felt a bigger need to protect you, and once he heard your quiet breathing, to him, you were a fragile woman that tried to prove yourself you were strong enough to live in a world you barely understood. Why struggle? Feel so alone in a cruel place when you could be protected from all harm. Why not accept his kindness? Why not forget the past mistakes? It bothered Zenitsu that you still held a grudge against him for so many years until now. He had a clear goal: to protect you, to attend your love, to attend the innocent, childish love you held once, and protect you. Zenitsu used his grand hearing ability to find the exit. He went through the corridors where the sound of trees and animals were louder. He felt someone tug on his yellow hori. Yes, sorry for telling you all those things. The kid apologized with an amused tone, like the kid makes after breaking a vase. Zenitsu smiled kindly. It's all right. The boy smiled back. Zenitsu rapidly perked his head up, for he knew they were all just a few steps from finally leaving the house. Yin-shen, wake up, Zenitsu cooed softly. We found the exit. After sliding the door open, the same boar man was there, outside, ready his sword against Nezuko's box. The monster's back!